What is going on? We are back with another review, and it is the HK Army Sonic Loader.
It's heavy. Famous love. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go, down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots around my neck. Self-respect, when you out of line, you put yourself in check. They don't hear me, they don't hear me though. Cycles going round and round and round like the merry-go.
Now, the Sonic Loader is HK Army's new budget loader, but it looks like it has become HK Army's flagship loader since a lot of the pro teams has since switched over from the TFX3 to the Sonic. The Sonic Loader comes in at $100, and that is honestly an awesome price point for this loader. Now, one thing that I really love about it is it took all the technology from the old Pinocchio speeds or the HK Army speeds and moved it into a more modern design, which I really like this design. Now, going over this loader, it is quite narrow in the front and opens up towards the back. It is nice and robust here down at the bottom, so you know it's not gonna snap off and break, which I really appreciate. Now, the way you turn this on is here on the bottom. I'm not the biggest fan of having the button on the bottom, but honestly, this is a lot easier to turn on than the Bunker King's control is. Now, with the press of the button, you know that it's on because it'll light up and it also spins up. All right, and when you shut it off, it'll just shut off the light on the bottom. Now, this loader is really easy to take apart as well. All you do is you pull on this back tab and lift it up, and it comes apart. Then all you have to do after that is on the very front, push forward with your thumb, and the whole thing lifts out nice and easy. Now you can go ahead and dunk these shells, spray them out, whatever you gotta do, wipe them out to get it nice and clean. And then you have the middle area, which has all your electronics as well as the ramp. Now, one really great thing about this is it comes with a ramp. All loaders should come with whatever it's supposed to come with to operate properly, and HK Army included a ramp with the Sonic, which I really appreciate. Now, as you can tell by the inside, it is exactly what you'd expect with any Pinocchio hopper. However, if you look at the back, instead of two 9 volts like it used to have, it only has one 9 volt. Now, one thing I will say is it doesn't look like they did a lot of R&D to make it operate effectively on one 9 volt. Now, by saying that, I mean it doesn't last a long time with one 9 volt. I used it twice, and then I had it in my gear bag. I went to pull it out again, and it was dead. It could be an anomaly, it could just be me. But I believe that this particular system was meant to be used with two 9 volts. You can even see that there's a space for a second 9 volt here, but they have like a little pad there. But I think that's why it drains the battery so quickly. So if you're gonna buy one of these, I recommend one of two things. Either remove the battery when you're not playing with it, or buy a rechargeable 9 volt battery. That way you're not going through 9 volt battery so easily. However, it does seem to operate perfectly fine on one 9 volt battery. It just doesn't seem like the battery life is that great. Now on the back here, you can see that little tongue here, and the way that it feeds is whenever a paintball goes through the ball stack, it moves it and it knows to continue feeding. It stops feeding once that tab stops moving, and that's when it knows, okay, there's a ball stack in there, I don't have to continuously feed. So it's a really great system. I really like it. I loved all my Pinocchio loaders. I loved the HK Army speed. I really liked when I saw that they came out with this loader because I'm like, man, it's everything I want in a slimmer, more modern package, which, like I said, I really appreciate it. Now, it's really easy to wipe this down. You just take a microfiber, clean all the inside, wipe everything down, and then you can just go ahead and put it back together. Now, the way you put it back together is really easy as well. You just put it in nose first, then you use your thumbs to push down on the back, and you're gonna hear an audible snap, so you know it's in place. You can even turn it upside down just to make sure it's not gonna fall out. But like I said, I wouldn't do that until you heard the audible snap. And then you go ahead and you look at the front, there's a little lip there. You're gonna go and hook the lip on the front of the loader, and then you're gonna push down the back and you're gonna hear another audible snap. And that's when you know you've put the Sonic back together properly. Now, one thing that a lot of people had issues with was changing from a regular lid to a speed feed on their HK Army speeds. Well, this brings in the quick change system to this platform, which honestly is one of the best things that has happened to this particular loader, because honestly the clamshell design was super old school and it needed to go away. There's no reason you shouldn't have a push button change system for your speed feed, and they went ahead and did that, which honestly was a great change. Now, real quick, I wanted to talk about this HK Army Evo Pro metal speed feed. I got it for the HK Army Sonic because I wanted to show you guys, look, here's a speed feed too. It's a great speed feed. It's metal, it's super strong, whatever. And honestly, it does seem like a great speed feed. It does seem really strong. It is a bit heavy, quote unquote, if you want to call it that, compared to other speed feeds, and I think metal honestly is a bit overkill, but you know, I got it anyway because HK Army loader, HK Army speed feed, why not? It'd be great for the review. However, when I went to go change this out for the rain lid, I could not get it out. No matter how hard I tried, I could not get it out. This little metal tab here was stuck. No matter how hard I pushed or pulled or whatever it would not come out. I had to remove this entire portion from the loader and use needle nose pliers to remove this speed feed. I cannot tell you how frustrated I was with this speed feed. And I'm gonna go and say it. Do not buy this speed feed until they come out with a better actual button for this. There needs to be an actual button. I don't care what they do with the rest of it, but honestly, that specific piece needs to change. That is a huge issue, terrible design, so much so that I actually scuffed up the top of my loader and I was so frustrated. This speed feed sucks. Don't buy it. I cannot recommend this speed feed. With that being said, get yourself a real speed feed. Here is a Bunker Kings NTR, a real speed feed that I've used for well over a year that has not fallen apart and has done its job spectacularly. And I can say it is easy to change out the lids, which I'm gonna show you right now. Here is the HK Army Sonic with the lid on it. All you have to do is press the button and pull out, and the rain lid comes off. Then you take a good speed feed like the Bunker Kings NTR here, and you press it in, you'll hear a little click, then you press the inner button here, and it locks right into place. Fantastic speed feed, great way to change out speed feeds for this loader. They basically adopted the Virtue speed feed style change system, which honestly is on point. Weather changes, you're gonna wanna switch, you wanna have that ability, and you don't wanna be struggling like I did and have to use needle nose pliers with a terrible speed feed. Then you can switch back really, really easily. This is a fantastic loader for the price point. I mean, crazy good price point. In my opinion, the best loader in its category. And I know that's saying a lot, and I know that HK Army gets a lot of bad rap for its quality. However, I will say that they adopted this technology from Pinocchio, a high quality company. So the internals of this thing are bulletproof, all right? I do think that they should have stuck with 2 9-volt batteries. That's just me. They went to 1, so like I said, either get a rechargeable battery or remove your battery when you're not playing with it because your batteries will die over time. Shape and design. A lot of people compare this to the Control. It definitely stands higher than the Control, and its shape is different than the Control. The only thing is that's maybe reminiscent of the Control, this little design feature here, but honestly, it's a different loader, it's a different shape, it's different all the way around. Now, in addition, it is lighter than the Control, believe it or not. So while it is bigger than the Control, it is lighter. So when I weighed the Control came in at 1.126 pounds. All right, so a little over a pound. But when I weighed the Sonic came in at 0.848 pounds. So as you can tell, it is a lighter loader, and you can actually feel the difference in its weight when you're holding it in your hands. You can actually feel it when you're holding it on your marker too. One is a very expensive loader, one is $100, okay? So I think that for the price, this is the best loader in its category, and honestly, that's saying a lot because there's some really, really good loaders for $100 out there. For example, the LTR is $100 and it's tried and true because it's a rotor. It's been out forever. But I really, really love this loader. Like I said, I used it on my electros. I used it on a mechanical marker. You guys can go to my Instagram and you can see me shooting mech with this loader, and honestly, it keeps up really, really well. So if you're looking for a loader with a great price point, this is it. Great design, sits a little bit higher than a Control, but it's a little bit thinner in the front and all that good stuff. It just depends what you're looking for. Now, one thing about this loader is if you look at it, you set it down on a table, it's gonna sit there. It's not heavier in the back or heavier in the front. This loader, when you put on a marker and you fill it with paint, it feels really nice and balanced, which I really, really like, and it feeds really, really well. I haven't had any issues with feeding, obviously, because it is that OG Pinocchio system. So this loader is really, really cool. For the price point for $100, it is an amazing, amazing price. Now, when you see pros using it and they have to be performing at a certain level and they trust this loader, that goes without saying that this is a loader that is worth buying. So would I recommend this loader? Absolutely. It is $100. It is great for the price. In my opinion, the best loader in this price range. Doesn't come with a speed feed or anything, but like I said, get yourself a Virtue or Bunker King speed feed and you'll have zero issues. And it's gonna do exactly what you want it to do. It's gonna feed fast enough so you can play tournaments. It also seems to feed fast enough so that you can play mech. So honestly, great loader for the price. I'm actually gonna be keeping this loader and using it on my GOG Enemy because it's a budget build. This is a budget loader. I think they go great together, and they're just really, really fun to play with. So I will still be keeping this. I will not be getting rid of it. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share this video. It really helps the channel out so I continue pushing out more reviews in the future. Peace. One thing real quick is this is the HK Army Evo speed feed. It is the worst speed feed I've ever used in my entire life. Okay? It's terrible. This is trash. Look at it. Sucks.